and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new Halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, 23rd day of February, the 11th day of Adar. A Purim question for you here, and it's the clashing of two very, very important ideas. One idea is this. We know that listening to the Megilah in a large crowd is considered a fulfillment of the idea of the Rov Am Hadras Melech. In a great big crowd, there's more glory to the king. So going to the Megilah reading where there's a nice, beautiful, big crowd is considered really good for Purim because you'll fulfill that. You'll assemble like 500 people, all together listening to the nace of the Megilah, and that's one powerful Minyan. Now, combat that with something that speaks the other way. Davening at Netz, such that your Shemona Esrei comes at exactly at sunrise, is also considered a very beautiful and very powerful mitzvah. So you can see where I'm going with this. If you have a choice, you can go daven with a Netz minyan, hear the Megilah at the earliest possible time at this very early minyan, be a small little crowd of good, earnest people davening, as early as possible, davening beautifully, quietly, davening with sunrise, which is considered a very big mitzvah, but you won't get the big Barov Am Hadras Melech because there'll only be like 22 people there. Or pit that against the chance to daven with a very big crowd and fulfill Barov Am Hadras Melech. The Chashukei Chemed delved into this question and came up with the answer that you should go to the one where the large crowd is, because Barov Am Hadras Melech, hearing the Megilah with a large crowd, is very important, so important that it beats out the other idea that I just mentioned. And yes, he says, skip the Netz minyan and go, but don't tune out on me, because there's going to be it's going to depend here. But under regular circumstances, skip the Netz minyan and go daven where there will be a big crowd, so you'll be able to fulfill Barov Am with the great multitude. Hadras Melech, there's more glory to the king. Okay. However, some of you listening, are people who know halacha quite well, and you're probably wondering that a person who's a regular at a Netz minyan, who always davens with the Netz minyan, that's considered a very set, special way for him to daven, and that kind of person is often told not to veer away from davening at sunrise. So what does that kind of person do? And the Mishnah Berurah actually addresses that question. I'm going to show that to you right now. Here is the Mishnah Berurah. V'kasav achai adam mikol makom misha mispalal kol hashana bekvius b'minyan hamyuchad lo lehispalal sham. Someone who has a set minyan where he always davens, ain't tzarich leilech lebeis haknesses, then he doesn't have to go to the big gathering of the Beis HaKnesses. Notice that the Mishnah Berurah here is not even discussing a person who always davens at the Netz minyan. He's just saying, you're a person who spends a set place where you always daven at a set time and a set place in your little 22 minyan person minyan where you daven all the time. He says then you keep that for your makom kavua. So certainly for the Netz minyan you would do the same thing, and that would beat out the idea of Barov Am Hadras Melech. I'm extra fascinated by this question this year because you and I are all going to be faced with COVID issues too. Although, thank God, the seriousness of the COVID outbreak seems to be going downward a little bit. Most shuls are still being strict enough to try to limit where we don't pack 500 people into one room, because that's still a bit of a danger in this situation. So you will have to defer to what your rabbis tell you to do in each shul. Each city's treating this differently. Here in Baltimore, a lot of shuls are assigning people and saying, we're already full at the main minyan and we want you guys in the auditorium. So you will have to defer to what the shul tells you for the safety factors. But anyway, thought you would want to know this halacha. Have a very meaningful Purim. Still give you 2 more laws before Purim, and a very safe Purim. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.